All right, this is lesson 2.1, writing and graphing inequalities. You guys need to be writing the vocabulary. You have 4 vocab words. If you don't know what expression means, you need to write that one as well. Any questions? Y'all not going to talk now that it's recording? You big chickens, although that helps. Do you need a few minutes to write all of these in your journals? Nobody's going to say a word. That's all right. All right, so in your journals, we're going to go to writing linear inequalities. You need to put this in your journal. The symbols. You don't have to write all of the key phrases. I want you to list the inequality symbols that you see here. And then tell me what they are. So the less than symbol, greater than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And then we are going to go to example 1. I'll give you just a second to write those symbols. All right, for example 1, we're going to write each sentence as an inequality. So you're going to write each of these. It's going to look like an equation. Inequality and equation, the difference between those is inequality means it's got the alligator symbol. So it's less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or whatever. If it's an equation, it has an equal sign. So that's when you hear the words, that's what you're hearing. So a number, W, minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. So when you write that, you're going to write what's first?
W.
And then?
Minus 3.5.
Very good. Just like that. Okay, and then what's the symbol you're going to put?
The alligator going like this, the line under it.
Yeah, less than or equal to, so it's the alligator with a line under it. And then what's your last?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So now you have written an inequality. Good job. All right, so look at B. 3 is less than a number, n plus 5. So what's the first thing you're going to write?
3.
Nope.
N.
N? And then what?
Minus 3.
Nope.
Plus 5.
No, less than. So then it'd be the alligator eating the egg.
Okay, so you can start with 3 if you want to. I would have put it at the end. But we'll start with it, and then I'll show you how to flip it around.
Oh, yeah.
So you can say 3, and then is less than?
So alligator eating the egg.
Uh-huh. And then you're going to write?
Plus 5.
N plus 5.
Yeah.
Now, I would have started n plus 5 equals, or is less than 3.
Yeah, you don't say around.
It's greater than 3. Either way is written correctly. Just so you know. All right, for C. 0 is greater than or equal to twice a number x plus 1. So you're going to start with 0. And then what's the sign? Greater than or equal to. So it's got the line under it. And then what's my formula at the end?
2x plus 1.
Very good. So inequality is written 0 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 1. Could you solve that for x? Yes. Yes, you can.
Yes.
I'm assuming that will be the next thing we learn. All right, everybody have this in your journals.
Yes.
All right, so you're going to go do the monitoring progress numbers 1 and 2. If you're watching online, pause the video. Okay, once you have completed the monitoring progress 1 and 2, now we're going to do the next section. So this is where we're sketching the graphs of linear inequalities. When you hear the graph on these are number line graphs. They're not the big coordinate plane graphs. So go in your journals, example 2. Write this in your journals. We're going to decide whether negative 4 is a solution of each of these inequalities. And you're going to do that by graphing. So the first thing you need to do for A is write down the inequality because we're going to solve here.
Oh, no. So we don't write all of those images?
No, you just plug it in. So we're checking to see whether negative 4 is a solution. So you're going to plug in negative 4 where the x is.
There we go.
What is negative 4 plus 8?
4.
Positive 4. Is positive 4 less than negative 3?
No.
No.
Put a line through it.
This is example 2, right?
This is example 2. So you draw a slash through the signs showing that it is not an answer. So then your answer that you would write on your paper or turn in would be no solution.
Oh,
I remember
five is
doing this.
4 is not.
Yep.
We did this last year too.
Yep. This should be a review. Yep. All right, everybody got that one? Okay, for B, negative 4.5x is greater than negative 21. So we're going to plug in the negative 4 where?
Where x is.
Where x is. X is next to 4.5, so what kind of math is that?
Times.
Multiplication. So we're going to put it in parentheses like this. Now we have negative 4.5 times negative 4. A negative times a negative is a?
Positive.
4.5 times 4 is?
18?
Correct.
How did she?
That's good.
True.
So then is 18 greater than negative 21?
Yes.
True. So is this a solution or no solution?
Solution.
So you would write on your paper negative 4, solution.
Wait, so for the first one we put negative 4, no solution, or just no solution?
You just put no solution.
Okay.
You don't have to write the answer. I thought they were going to have you guys graph this the way they led up to it. I was like, oh, we're going to graph. Nope, just kidding.
Praise the Lord.
That's
Oh, it's coming. We'll be graphing. All right, does everybody have this written in your journals?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Almost. I'll give you just another second. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to go back, and you're going to do 3 through 6. Numbers 3 through 6. All right, I'll let you work on that. All right, so now we're going to head to example 3. Okay, this is where you have the vocab word graph of an inequality. What was the definition of graph of an inequality? Somebody?
A graph that shows a solution set of an inequality on a number line.
Right.
Which
So it shows a solution set, meaning when you hear that, there's not necessarily one answer. It's going to show you a range of answers. Okay? So let's go do our example. So now you are going to be graphing for these. So we're going to graph each inequality. The first one, A, write that down and write down the equation, inequality, y is less than or equal to negative 3. So you're going to draw a number line, like so. You don't have to go all the way out as far as they did. I'm fine with you guys going to 3 on the positive side and negative 3 on the negative side. You can. That's fine too. All right, so when you have this number line, we're looking for where we're going to put our dot. So where are we going to put our dot on this number line? At the negative 3. Would this be an open circle or closed circle? Closed. Why is it closed?
Because it could be equal to.
Because it's equal to, so it will include the negative 3. So you're going to put a closed circle dot on negative 3. Now, is y greater than the negative 3 or less than? So which way are we going to shade our arrow? To the left. Everybody's got the song in their head now.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry about all this stuff. Just remember what I told you. Big Ideas likes to go above and beyond. We don't need to sing it. It's okay. We'll sing it to you later. All right, so everything's shaded to the left. Make sure you draw an arrow on the end of it, showing that it is a continuous everything to the left of negative 3, including negative 3. Any questions? Yes?
On our paper, do we have to box that or just?
No, I can find the number line. Good question.
What? Why would we?
That's showing you, so this is trying to help you decide which way to shade. But it's really, tedious. Just remember, if y is less than, you shade to the left. If it's greater than, you shade to the right. It's having you plug in a number on either side, and then whichever number makes sense, you shade the direction.
Do we have to do that?
No, as I said, ignore that. Just do what I said. All right. B. So 2 is less than x. So draw your number line. Make sure you write the equation or inequality as well. I keep calling them equations, but they're not. They're inequalities. So what number are we putting a circle at?
2.
Positive 2. Are we going to have an open circle or closed circle?
Open.
Open, because it does not include 2 in the answer. So you see the super skinny circle right there on 2. Now it says x is greater than. So which way am I shading? To the left or the right?
The right.
To the right. Don't do the testing. Just remember you're shading greater than. So shade to the right.
I remember if it's open or closed, it's like if there's a line under it, it fills in the little open circle.
That works. Whatever helps you remember is totally fine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. If there's a line under the inequality symbol, you fill it in. All right. Last one. C. X is greater than 0. So draw your number line. Where am I putting my circle?
0.
0. Am I enclosing the circle or open circle?
Open.
Open circle. And then x is greater than. Which way am I shading?
Right.
To the right. Everybody agree with her?
Yes.
She is correct.
Now it looks like an 8. 2 circles.
Not quite. All right. Any questions on how to graph?
No, man.
Yay. All right. You have monitoring progress 7 through 10. Is that it for today? No, we have another example. All right. So 7 through 10. Get going. I'm going to pause. We'll come back and do example 4.
Okay.
All right. Last
I updated
example.
my table of contents.
Yay. All right. Example 4. Now we're going to go from reverse. We're going to look at the graph and write your inequality.
Oh, easy.
It's not hard. You can do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's so sad. Oh.
Do we have to read?
Example 4, you do not have to rewrite that. I do want you to do the little number lines in your journals.
Wait. Oh.
You don't have to write all the words, but you do have to do the number lines.
That's why I said all.
Oh, yeah. It won't take you long to graph that.
Yeah. No.
So the graphs show the height restrictions, h in inches, for 2 rides at an amusement park. Write an inequality that represents the height restriction of each ride. So ride A, you can see is graphed there, 45 and higher. So what would be the first thing you want to do?
Hold on. I'll put down 48.
Write down the number line.
48. Well, yeah, graph the number line. So 48 is the number you're using. What is the variable we're going to use?
A.
Nope.
H.
H. Very good. H, because it tells you the height.
Oh.
So for ride A, you're going to look at the graph and you see, what's the closed circle tell you?
It's
equal. Yeah.
It's
Greater
greater than or
greater than
equal
It's
to.
going to be a greater than or equal to sign, and it starts at
48.
48. So you're going to look also at ride B. What's the number there?
Wait, what?
Ride B, what's the number B? 52, and is it an open circle or closed circle? Open. So does it include 52?
Yeah.
No, if it's an open circle. So that means it's just going to be less than 52.
So then.
All right, so let's write the 2 equations. H is going to be greater than or equal to what?
48.
And then it's going to be less than 52.
So you must be equal to or over 48, but less than 52.
Well, they're 2 different rides.
Oh.
But that's a great comment because, yes, you can occasionally write a compound inequality where it says you have to be at least 48 inches tall, but less than 52. We'll probably learn that in the next lesson.
Wait, the next lesson or the next example?
No, lesson. This is our last example today.
I was like,
So your 2 answers here would be H is greater than or equal to 48 for ride A, and then for ride B, H is less than 52. Any questions?
no, ma'am.
All right. So then your last thing is to do the last monitoring progress 11, which I'm guessing is just write an inequality that represents that graph.
Yeah, it is.
You can do it. And then that's it for today. You'll do the practice assignment tomorrow.